Maritime Made is presented by Nova Scotia Business Inc., helping to educate, inform, and celebrate our region's manufacturing successes, because great things are happening in all of our communities.
In this handcrafted pewter studio, along the seaside in Pugwash, Nova Scotia, the team at Basic Spirit are hard at work, creating beautiful pieces using traditional pewter smithing methods. Pewter has been used for centuries, first by the Romans and Egyptians. Each pewter piece begins with an artist's sketch. The drawing is given to the sculptor, who will make a model. Using clay, the sculptor works it with his hands to remove any air bubbles and make it more workable. Models can be made from clay, metal, wax, or natural objects like shells. Using carving tools, he works the clay into a shape resembling the sketch. The sculptor continues to refine the shape, adding more design details as he works. Once the model is approved, it's ready to be sent to the mold maker.
Mold making happens in 3 stages. The model is used to create a working mold by setting the shape into rubber. Depending upon the design, it can take many hours to complete a mold. It's placed in the vulcanizer, where the rubber will cure. Once out of the vulcanizer and cooled, the mold is gated and used to cast other pieces. Then, these are cleaned up and used for production molds. Production molds can be used about 150 times and are stored nearby, ready for filling more orders. For the casting stage, raw pewter is placed into melting pots. It has a low melting point of roughly 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Pewter is a metal alloy made of at least 90% tin with small amounts of other metals, usually copper, bismuth, or silver.
The inside of the production mold is powdered to eliminate any chance of sticking, and then put back together. The molds are placed in a centrifugal casting machine. The molds heat up. Molten pewter is ladled into the casting machine, where it fills the mold. The casting machine is spinning very quickly while the molten pewter fills the mold evenly. The machine also applies pressure, or the molten pewter would spin right out of the production mold. After just a few minutes, the molds are ready to be removed, and the individual pewter pieces are broken away from each other. Any leftover metal is put back in the pewter melting pot, and the process continues. The casting stations are running full tilt all day, with each caster working 2 machines at a time. This creates a lot of product that is ready for the finishing process. The first stop for these ornaments is the grinder. At Basic Spirit, quality control happens at every step along the way. Here, any imperfections from casting are cleaned up on the grinder, and any others are melted back down. The edges are ground for a smooth, even finish, taking care to ensure an even pressure.
Next, a flex shaft hand tool is used to remove any possible pitting from the surface of each piece, taking care with the inside edges and the entire top surface. Ornaments are also thoroughly ground in this phase. A hand tool is used to ensure the design is fully realized in its 2-dimensional shape, and any extra pewter is trimmed. Next, the pewter pieces are laid out and covered with a blackening solution. The solution will highlight the detailed design elements of the piece. The more intricate the design, the more solution is applied. Once dried, a buffing wheel is used to buff the top surface. Here, the black wash will be removed from all the smooth surfaces and the edges. With the black detailing that remains, the design stands out. Next, the pieces are placed in vibrating tumblers and worked in to ensure good coverage. Here, ceramic beads beat the surface of the castings to reach a shiny finish. Room temperature water with a little detergent also cleans the pieces while they tumble. The detergent keeps any black wash that's cleaned off from reapplying to the piece. Checking the finish along the way, the glossy finish is complete after about an hour. They are rinsed in water, then placed in cornmeal to dry.
After a few minutes, each piece is dusted off with compressed air and is ready for shipping. The assembling, shipping, and packing department is busy putting the finishing touches on each piece the customer will receive. Here, ornaments are individually packaged. First, they're tied with a ribbon, attached to a card, then tucked into a cellophane bag, ready for shipping. Some items like keychains also receive the finishing touches in this department. Using needle nose pliers, keychain rings are attached to an ornament and secured with a link. As production continues day after day, the stock room is filled and ready to keep orders flowing out the door. Orders come in from all across North America. Most of the products at Basic Spirit are shipped this way for wholesaling, but a good selection of items head over to the Basic Spirit retail store, where local customers can browse the giftware. From ornaments, to charms, to jewelry, to kitchen items. The team at Basic Spirit is hard at work, maintaining the tradition of handcrafted pewter that began in Pugwash in 1978.